This year, my mom got me the perfect bag for back to school.
These colorful binders help me stay organized.
These headphones are just what I need for studying.
These new sneakers are just what I need for the new year.
This jacket is a real must-have.
My parents got me the skateboard I wanted. It's pretty cool.
These scissors really come in handy in art class.
These colored pencils, too.
These new socks, they can be a real lifesaver.
I finally got my own phone to stay in touch with my mom.
Thank you for being here, and I must start this video by apologizing. This is a channel that doesn't get into contentious topics, but enough is enough. As a father, I wanted to put out a video because I was feeling and have been feeling this past week since the Robb Elementary School mass shooting quite helpless and frustrated and even angry, and I didn't know what to do. I kept asking myself that question. I'm one person, I'm powerless. And so you're maybe watching this video because you are feeling something similar. I'm going to try to stay in the middle of the road here. I don't want to proselytize my own views. I don't want to share my own views on guns. I don't want to judge your views on guns. And I don't intend to be able to solve this very complex problem. I do want to help you, though, ultimately think a little bit about this idea of taking action, right? What is it that you can do as an individual, DIY style, so to speak? So the obvious one, as a full member of our democracy, you can call your elected officials, right? Or you can email them. That is something that I have pledged to do every single day, sending them a message, a written message, asking them to act upon legislation, to act on legislation, for them to negotiate and meet with the other side so that they can come up with common sense solutions that are real and impactful. We want these leaders to do what is right. So contacting your elected officials is a very easy process. So you can find the names of your senators and representatives, and I'll put links down in the description below, but you should be able to find, for example, going to their websites, should be able to find the contact button, and you can write to the person. They also will have phone numbers and office locations, and you can contact those offices directly. So for example, this would be a typical contact form asking you to fill out your name, your address, your phone number, and then to write your message here. And you can click, would you like a response or not, and then submit. So it couldn't be easier. It takes me literally a couple of minutes because I have the message copied and pasted. You can also find standard copy and pasting messages that are out there. For example, every town has a pre-written, and they like to keep this updated. So you can copy and you can paste. This is how you can communicate with your representative or senator, right? And ask them to take action. And sometimes that action requires bold action, right? So you can fill out this, it's already pre-written, and you can just click send, or you can copy and paste this message and put it into the form like this. So it literally takes 2 seconds, and if you do this every single day, your voice will be heard. That's the idea. So contacting your elected officials is a very important way to make change happen, right? The second thing I want to talk to you about is donation. So my family and I have pledged to donate a certain amount of money every month to every town. Just recently, the other day, we set this up. It was incredibly simple to do. There are other places you can donate. I have vetted and researched the ones that you're seeing here. Everytown, Moms Demand Action, the Sandy Hook Promise, and the Coalition to Stop Gun Violence. You should, of course, research these to make sure that they align with your viewpoints. And usually there's a really easy way to donate, right? You go to their website and it's going to jump right out at you. And so you can set that up with PayPal or a credit card, and you can do that regularly, or you can do that just one time. But lots of ways for you to take action and help make change through donating a small but regular amount every month. The next one is socially responsible investing. This was an interesting one. I came across an article that really made me think about where my 401k, for example, is invested in, what kind of funds is it supporting. And so if you are looking to be, quote, socially responsible, if you don't want your money invested in companies that, create military style weaponry like the AR-15, you can pick up the phone and call them or email them and ask them to what your options are. And you can do that with lots of different areas, right? It doesn't have to be just guns. It's an important question to ask. If we are indeed committed to making social change, then that comes maybe at making less money in our investment portfolios, right? But not necessarily. If you do a little research, a lot of these socially responsible portfolios are equal to in terms of returns, so it's not like you're necessarily losing money. Other forms of acting could be smaller, but certainly very significant. For example, I have family. I personally own guns, and I have family that likes to hunt. Having conversations about guns with them. This is a grassroots approach. Politicians, for example, your elected officials, have opinions that are based on the opinions of their constituents, and these people are your family and your friends, right? They're also strangers too, so how can you have conversations that are respectful, civil, and forward-moving that are on the phone or on Zoom or face-to-face, right? How can you actually have meaningful conversations with these people, with people on the other side of the spectrum or the scale as you? They're important, right? Because it helps us understand that we are humans, that we are all Americans, that we all want the same thing, and that is ending senseless violence related to guns in this country. The next one, social media. You can change your icon or your profile picture. That's what I mean by icon, to match your viewpoints. That's a powerful image that, if you are active on Facebook, for example, will be flashing across people's eyes if you're posting things. And words, yeah, they're important, but an icon or a profile image is a little more memorable than perhaps words are. Try to find an image that might represent your viewpoints. For example, if you are against military-grade assault weapons, you can find an icon with an AR-15 with a red cross through it, for example, or a red X through it. Kind of this idea that you're denouncing it, right? And that leads me to the next point. Make sure, if you do, whatever your viewpoints are on guns, that you are indeed thinking about denouncing and acting upon that, right? Putting out statements on your social media account denouncing gun violence. That's really going to help find, I think, common ground between people, no matter their political views on guns. And engage respectfully, right? This is easier said than done. Can you do it in a civil and respectful way? And make sure you are indeed checking your sources before you share them. This is an image that I really find helpful if I'm going to post something or if I'm reading something. I like to cross-reference my source with this chart. This kind of shows me where the information, the article or the video that I'm posting or reading may have originated and what biases may exist within that piece of information. I also use something like this. For example, if I find a blog, or if I see somebody that's posted a blog and they are adamant that this is true information, well, that's going to obviously set some alarm bells off in my mind in terms of credibility. Whereas if somebody's posting, or if I find a peer-reviewed journal, I'm going to be less skeptical in terms of where that came from. In terms of credibility, you may have heard this acronym CRAP with 2 A's, currency, relevance, authority, accuracy, and purpose. If you can remember those when you post or read something, I personally find this really helpful just to make sure my sources are indeed credible. And get out there and march physically, show your presence. We've all seen those people. You could be one of them. We're doing it. And hopefully this video has given you some things to reflect upon and act on. If you're feeling helpless, if you're feeling like you can't do anything, one person can't make change. But if we collectively do it, which is why I decided to use my YouTube channel platform to make this video to try to impact as many people as possible, this is a good thing. Share this video if this has helped you at all, if you think it will help others. And again, I do apologize for the difficult topic, but it's important enough. Enough is enough, and we need to make change now.